So why should we fear APIs?
Well, I think we should fear them and love them. But, I think right now people are not really talking about APIs that much. So there should just be more discussion. But here's what's happening. In the last 10 years, the rise of APIs has meant that it's easier to build software than ever before. An example I have is I was judging a university hackathon a few years ago, and I myself had gone to hackathons when I was a student. And back then we were like, oh my gosh, look, it's the end of the weekend and our Lego robot can now bang into the side of the wall. Great. That's about how much you could achieve over the course of a hackathon. And the students that I was judging, they were, sending text messages based on your bank account. They were doing things that based on where you were geographically, playing different kinds of music. And it all came down to APIs. It was, they're using the Capital One API, the Google Maps API, the Twilio API. The building blocks that the APIs provided was what made all of this possible. And so the trend of APIs taking everything over has been incredible. People can build way more quickly than before. People aren't building as much in-house, and you can spin up a whole functioning company in a week now because of everything that's available out there. And so that part people have been talking about. People say, oh, this is really cool, et cetera, et cetera. API companies are getting a lot of funding. But the flip side is that this is now a huge pile of software that is not known end-to-end to any individual user. And all of the tooling that most developers are using these days are built for software that a developer has built first party end-to-end. And so if you think about what people think about when they think developer tools, it's, what's in my IDE, how do I do my integration tests? How do I do my end-to-end tests? What's my build, deploy, release process like? There is some stuff people use for monitoring and observability, but often it's, did I log everything I intended to log because this is my system and I'm optimizing 99th percentile tail latency. And so what I believe is missing is a space of tools that accommodate the reality that people are building software systems that they don't have full control over. They're building software systems that are evolving in ways that they're not determining themselves. And they shouldn't be expected to be monitoring these systems end to end or know what it means to get low-level logs on parts of these systems. And so in terms of the questions that I said people should be afraid of, what is my software doing? Is it doing what I'm supposed to do? We should be really afraid of APIs because we're not able to answer those questions anymore.